Hello people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. Wow, this week was a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. I'm about a week and a half into my new life in Nashville and learned a lot. It was really great in a lot of ways, but kind of really hard in a lot of other ways, and it's just really vulnerable, and it's kind of a hard thing to talk about that I actually haven't really processed yet. But basically, I slightly mentioned in my video last week that one of the struggles that I'm realizing is a thing moving to a new place is that I've preached vulnerability plenty of times, so much, but I forgot about how hard it actually is to be vulnerable when you don't know anyone and no one knows you. And that was so easy when I had my people, and I had my people I trusted and knew, who knew me and walked with me through things, and it was easy to be vulnerable with them. But now I'm in this new place with all these new people, and it's really been hitting me these past couple days but there's a voice in the back of my head telling me that they only love you because they don't know this about you. But if they knew this about you, then they wouldn't want to be your friend. And you guys, that voice has just messed me up. There's been little reminders of little pieces from different shame stories from my past that I've just been so scared to open up. And it's hard because it's I'm generally not the most patient of people, which is something that Jesus is teaching me a lot about, is patience. Patience is key. Just a side note, if any of you are moving to a new place with all new people and you want to make the really awesome friends and have your friend groups and know who your people are, be patient. Put in the time. It takes patience. It takes time to invest in people. And guys, it's hard because it's I want to know now. Who do I trust? Who do I go to about this stuff? And just grow those relationships. If you're scared to be vulnerable with people for the first time because you've been hurt in the past by people that you had been vulnerable, like say this isn't your first time in this game, you've been there, you've met the friends, you've made the new connections, you've shared your story, but then have been hurt really badly and just not taken care of, and now you're in the situation where you have to do that again, and you forgot how scary it was. And it's I don't want to put up walls, I don't want to not trust people because these are great people, and that's a sad life to not let anyone in and to not let anyone know you. But it's scary, guys. So if you're there, I just want you to know that I get it. I totally get that. I've been hurt by people in the past, and that hurt and that pain is now kind of popping back up to be used, I guess, as a voice in my head saying, don't trust people because that's going to happen again. And that voice is also using things about me in my past that I've carried shame over, but thought I was over it, and I really think that I am. It's just that it's popping back up again as things that's nobody knows. It makes me almost scared to share my testimony with people, because if I let people in on all of me, then that's scary, because what if all of me gets rejected? And what if all of me isn't loved and isn't cared about after they know all of me? You guys, fear of rejection is real. That's something that I'm learning out here. I've never had that fear this strong, I guess, before. It's a scary thing. And I think that honestly, the most amazing feeling in the world is to be fully known and fully loved anyway. And that's Jesus, you guys. That's what we get from Jesus. That's what we're created for. We're created to be fully known and fully loved and just affirmed by God in that. So we don't have to have the fear of rejection. We don't have to have those fears because we're known and loved anyway. So it's natural for us to want that. That's the best feeling in the world. Seeing a familiar face that just knows you, someone that gets your story. Is it just me, or does someone else out there feel just comfortable when an old friend walks into a room and that person knows me, so I'm comfortable because they're there? That's a familiar face. There's comfort, familiarity, there's safety there. It just feels safe, you guys. We crave that because we're designed for that. So it's scary letting people know you, but I feel like it's gonna be so worth it. The coolest thing ever is that I prayed and I asked Jesus, I was processing this stuff with him, and I was Jesus, I want to share my story. I want to share the hard parts because those are the parts that need love, but I want someone to ask me about it. I don't want to just randomly go up to someone and share it. And it's if I'm supposed to share, because sharing that stuff's hard, and I've shared that stuff before and it just hasn't gone over well, and other times it goes over amazingly, but I was scared. And so I said, God, show me who to share and make it clear by them asking me about it. I love praying specific prayers because, one, it makes God more real. It helps your faith when he answers them because he loves to answer them. And two, because it's just fun. And Jesus cares about the details of us. I used to not think that the details mattered. I used to think, oh, there's so many people that Jesus has to like look after and hang out with, that why would he care about this little speck of a specific detail? But he does. He knows every single hair on our head, and that sounds crazy, but that's legit, because he answers those specific prayers, and he knows us, and he loves us so much. So I prayed that. I asked him that. That same afternoon, I was having lunch with a friend, and she asked me about stuff, and it opened that door, and I was able to share. And you guys, I was loved, so I got to share my story. I got to share the hard parts, the shame story that I had. I got to share it with this girl, and I felt loved afterwards, and I was like, that's the feeling. And if you ever don't know, I'm learning that giving people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to trust, like, no matter what, we're all gonna get hurt. I know it sounds like pessimistic, but it's actually just realistic. Like, that's life. And so honestly, living totally guarded, not letting anybody in, is so sad, because you're missing out on so much. I mean, this is at least what I'm gonna do while I'm here, is I just want to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, I just want to assume the best in people. Just really assume the best in them and have that positive hope. So I'm gonna start giving people the benefit of the doubt and just assuming, leaning towards trust instead of leaning towards everyone's terrible and everyone's gonna hurt me, because that's a sad life, and trust me guys, it's hard. So if you're feeling that fear of rejection, fear of letting yourself be seen, be known, be loved, honestly, I get it. It's scary, but you know what? We're in it together. Honestly, patience. A few little key tips again at the end of this video for those of you starting out in a new place, just like I am. Patience. Be patient. Your friend groups will form. You will figure it out. Just keep showing up. Keep showing up. Say yes to things. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to support me, if you want to get involved in what I'm doing, then please go check out my Patreon page. If you don't know what that is, it'll all make sense if you just go to the link. It's in the description box below, or click this box right here. I don't know, click this box or in the description box below. That's how you can join my Patreon family and support me and just get behind what I'm doing and what I have to say, because we all have a voice. I didn't think I had one until I started making these videos. These helped me so much, and guys, I want your voice to be heard, and I want you to be a part of what I'm doing and join my family, so please go check out those links, and I hope that you have a good rest of your week. I will talk to you next time. Okay.